right, hello everyone. We are gonna get started. If there's any injuries or limitations, you wanna let me know beforehand. For our springs, we wanna make sure we have 2 reds and a green spring on. Your headrest can be lifted or flat, whatever feels better on your neck. And then you're also gonna grab your black ball off to the right side of your reformer. Make sure it's rolling. You'll place that ball off to the side and we will start laying all the way down on our backs. Shoulders will go right up against those shoulder blocks. You'll find your feet on that foot bar. We're gonna start in a Pilates V stance. So that means your heels are connected, your toes are slightly separated. Find all 10 of your toes on that foot bar for me, so lower those feet a little bit. Arms are long, your tailbone is heavy. I want you to think about wearing a corset or a jacket through your center and really zip it up tight. Inhale, squeeze your glutes, press all the way up. And then exhale to bend and resist back in. Good, inhale, press and zipper those inner thighs together. Exhale to resist. Think about the legs pressing you out, reaching as long as you can. And then that stomach pulling you deeper on the way back in, resisting those springs. Inhale out. And then exhale to resist. Good, keep moving like this. Inhale to press. And then exhale, pull that belly button deeper to your spine. Really find that connection in your powerhouse. We have 4, resist. Think about your ankles here. We want to stabilize. Keep those heels connected. Keep those heels lifted high. Resist. 2 more times. Inhale, press. Exhale to resist. Try to relax the neck, the shoulders. Press. This time you're going to bring it halfway in with the carriage. Give me little pulses, up an inch and down. Squeezing your glutes a little deeper. Sinking that belly button deeper to your spine. Squeezing those shoulder blades together so we have a proud chest, long arms. 4, 3, you're breathing. 2, 1, inhale, press all the way. And then exhale, bend those knees, resist it home. Good, we're gonna go parallel on our arches. So you're gonna dig those heels under and wrap those toes over like you're a bird on a perch. Inhale, press. Lengthening through your hips. And then exhale to resist. Nice. Inhale, press, pull the tummy in and up. And then resisting back in. Really squeeze your glutes as you lengthen through the knees, the hips. Nice, and resist. Really paying attention to your alignment through your hips, your knees, and your toes. Never rolling onto the outsides of our feet. Inhale out, 5. Exhale to resist, finding that flow. Press 4. And resist. For 3. Last 2. No tension in those fingertips. There you go. One more time. We inhale, press all the way. You're going to bring it halfway in, right into those little pulses. Try to dig your heels more. Wrap those toes over. Feel that opposition in our foot. For 4, 3, stay parallel. 2, last 1. Press all the way out. Try to get longer than you were before. And resist it all the way home. Excellent. Onto our heels. Heels on that foot bar. Flex strongly through all 10 toes. Inhale, press. Exhale to resist. Paying attention to those knees. We squeeze our glutes so we lengthen through the legs and resisting back in. Nice. We want to make sure we never lock into those kneecaps. It's always about the reach. Better. Now what about that jacket or that corset we talked about? Are you still zipping it tight through those ribs? There it is. Utilizing your breath, we have 6. Resist. Inhale, press out. 5. And right back in. Pressing 4. Can you flex your pinky toes a little deeper? Really feel your ankles work here, those shins. Nice. 2. Resist. Last time. Let's bring this one halfway in. Little pulses. Keep flexing those feet. Getting longer in your spine. Sinking that stomach deeper. 4, 3. Nice. 2 and one, inhale, lengthen all the way. And then exhale, resist at home. Keep flexing those feet. And then you can relax your ankles. Nice. Let's open to the corners with our feet. On our arches, our heels. You're gonna find an external rotation. So that means your knees and your toes are slightly wider than your hips. And then go a little bit wider with those toes. Open those feet. Yeah, perfect. You're gonna inhale, press all the way. And then exhale to resist. Nice. Try to keep your weight right in the center. Press, pull that tummy in and up. And then resist. Squeezing through the glutes, those inner thighs. Good. Really feeling your spine lengthen. Our pelvis is super important here, that we're not over tucking and we're not arching through the lower back. There it is. Good length. 5. Keeping that wide position. Knees are right over the toes. 3. Exhale on the way home. Pressing 2, almost there. And resist. Last time, inhale, lengthen. Let's bring it halfway in and pulse it out for 8. 7. Staying even through the legs with that pulse. Squeezing through the upper back. There it is, getting longer in that spine. 2. And 1. Inhale, how long can you reach when you stretch those legs? Exhale, pull it right back in, closing that carriage. Excellent. We're gonna find Pilates V in the center once again. Toes on that foot bar. I want your heels lifted as high as they can be while connected. Inhale, press out. You're gonna keep your legs straight for tendon stretch. You're just gonna slowly lower the heels. Feel a nice stretch in your ankles, your calves. And now let's slowly lift the heels as high as we can. You lower, 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 and then lift, lift, lift. Without bouncing, make it gradual. How low can you go? And then how tall can you lift? If you feel pressure in your knees, you need to soften your kneecaps a little bit. Think about squeezing the back of your legs, your calves, your hamstrings. There we go. You're thinking about your 2 legs, trying to zipper into one all throughout the back. Good. Our goal is to build strength through our ankles, through the back of the legs. Final time, you're gonna keep those heels lifted as high as you can. Let's separate them to parallel so they're no longer touching. For our running, lower the right heel, bend the left knee. And lift to switch. Lift to switch. So my emphasis is on that lift. You want to make sure you find that position where you lift both heels and you straighten both legs. Nice. Now let's take it a little quicker like a prance. Lift, lift, lift. We're going for a little prance. Nice. Keeping the weight on the big toe. Never bouncing through our springs. Get longer and taller. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Last time. 1 and 1. Lift both heels, straighten both legs, and let's bend those knees. Resist that carriage home. Reach your legs over that foot bar. Let them relax. Circle out the ankles one way. Go the opposite. You can kind of roll out your calves. And then let's hug those knees right into our chest. Nice. Getting ready for our bridges. So we want to make sure our headrest is flat. So if you have it lifted, you want to make sure you lower it all the way down. Nice. We're going to reach down for that ball. It's going to go in between our inner thighs. Your feet are going to come back onto that foot bar. Let's find our heels on that foot bar. If you find that you're cramping or you're using your lower back instead of your legs, you can always bring your feet to that great platform under the foot bar instead. We're gonna squeeze that ball tightly with those inner thighs. Take a big inhale as we slowly start to curl our pelvis and like a sticker, peel bone by bone for the ceiling. Pause once you're up there. Make sure your hips are square. Now like a wave, let's exhale and roll the upper back down. The middle back down, the lower back, and the tailbone. Good. Again, squeeze into that ball. Scoop to peel. Feel those inner thighs, the back of the legs, the glutes. And then exhale to roll back down. Create space in that spine. Excellent. Again, inhale to squeeze. Curl like a sticker. Feel the length in your hips. Let's hold this bridge. You're gonna pulse into that ball for 8, 7, 6. Try to pop it. 5. There you go. 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze. Slowly roll your spine down, getting longer into that mat. Releasing the hips all the way. Good. Let's take that ball out. Keep it in our hands for the next set. Reach that ball up for the ceiling. Make sure it's in the heels of your hands so you can activate your arms, activate your upper back. Nice. Let's inhale, slowly curl the pelvis. Peel bone by bone. So a little more balance when our hands are lifted, staying in your center. And then exhale, rolling down like a wave. Good. Again, scoop and peel right through the center of your spine. Feel the reach through those legs. Carriage space in. Exhale to melt it back down. Bone by bone. This is our final bridge. Scoop and peel those hips. Hold your bridge. This time we're going to pulse the hips up an inch and down. You have 8, 7. Keep that curl. 6. We're rounded in that lower back. 4. Feet and knees are parallel. 2. Hold your bridge for 1. Using your stomach, let's slowly melt that spine down. How long can you get? Excellent. Place that ball off to the side. Let's cross our right ankle over our left thigh. Take a little figure 4 stretch. Really press that knee away from you with that hand. If you wish, you can take your other hands under your left thigh and pull that stretch a little closer. Good. Can you extend that left leg up for the ceiling? Take a little rock side to side. 3, 2, using your breath. 1, let's switch sides. Opening through that hip flexor, the glute, and even that hamstring on the opposite side. Little rock for 3, 2, and 1. Let's hug those knees in. Excellent. We're going to carefully roll ourselves up to switch those springs. We are going to go to a red and a blue spring. If you'd like to lift your head rest back up, you can, or it can stay all the way flat, whatever feels best. I want you to grab your ball again and then lay all the way back down on your back. That ball's going to go in between the heels this time, focusing on that stability through our ankles, through our inner thighs. Feet can rest on that foot bar. Reach back and grab your short loops. If the tension starts to feel too heavy, too much tension in the neck and shoulders, you're going to switch to those longer loops to give you more length. Those arms are going to stretch up for the ceiling. Those legs are going to float to tabletop. Excellent. I want you to find a Pilates V stand so your heels squeeze that ball. No, lower that ball a little more. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Arms are reaching for the ceiling. We're zippered through that imaginary corset. You're going to inhale, press those hands down by your hips. There you go. Inhale to reach. And then exhale to lift them right back up. It's an inhale, squeeze through the upper back. Nice. We want to feel the length in the arms. We want to stay connected into that ball and zipper up through our abs. Inhale to press, connecting with your breath. And then exhale to lift. One more time like this. Inhale, press. Pause with the arms down by your hips. We're going to go into triceps. Bend the elbows, 90 degrees. And now press them long. Nice. Still using your breath. Feeling the length through the neck and the shoulders. Stabilizing all through the center. Are you still connected into that ball? Good. Last 2. Finding the length. Last 1. Let's hold those arms straight. Reach them up for the ceiling. And rest those feet onto the foot bar. Relax your arms for a moment. Take a little rock side to side with those knees. We have our T arms next, and then we'll go into our 100. So we're going to start by reaching those arms up for the ceiling to get us there. Remember, you can always switch to those longer loops for a little more length. Legs in tabletop. Make sure you're squeezing that ball. We're gonna press the arms down on an inhale, right by our hips, pause. You're gonna turn those palms in to face your hips. You're gonna go as wide as you can without your back arching. Inhale, and then exhale to squeeze. So think about pressing right back down to the hips, like we're making a snow angel. Out to a T, and then squeeze right back to the hips. So think about going out to the side. Pause, and then squeeze right back towards your hips. Nice, just 2 more. Zipper through that core set. Exhale, beautiful, last time. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, pause. Let's turn the palms flat towards the mat. Lift them up and rest our feet down. Good, I want you to take a little rock side to side with those knees. You are gonna hook those straps up. We're gonna do our 100 with no tension so we can really get into our upper abs here. So long loops will go back into those pegs. Let's take the ball out of our ankles, put it back into our inner thighs for our 100. Excellent. We go a little bit away from those shoulder blocks. We don't wanna get stuck in there. Arms are gonna start reaching up for the ceiling. You're gonna float your legs back into tabletop, focusing more on the inner thighs, Pilates V. Excellent. You're gonna inhale, press the arms down, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. We hold it here and we start to pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. We wanna feel our heart rate lift. We wanna feel those upper abs working and burning. How quick can those arms pump? How strong can they reach by your sides? This is 70, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 80. And exhale, imprinting that spine, 90. You're almost there. Last time, big inhale through the nose. Squeeze that ball. Bigger exhale, curl up higher. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug the knees, rest the head. Awesome. Let's take that ball out. Gently place it off to the side. Rest your feet onto that foot bar. Reach your arms back for those pegs. Stretch your elbows wide. Drop your knees all the way to the right, look to the left. Feel that release through that lumbar spine. Take a big inhale. Exhale, let's rotate over the other way. Back to your center. Hug those knees in one more time. Give yourself a little hug, little rock side to side. And when you're ready, you're gonna carefully roll yourself all the way up. Swing those feet off to the left, right side. Excellent. We are gonna go to one red spring. You will take off your blue. Our headrest will stay flat. You are going to sit and face your mirror. So your legs are gonna go through the center straight. I want you to measure that you are about a palm's distance away from that back edge. So we're not sitting at the very edge, but we're also not sitting too far. Your legs are gonna, let's bring our right ankle on top of our left. That way you can really engage your butt, engage your inner thighs here, that's important. We're gonna grab our short loops to begin with. Our half roll back, so finding that spinal articulation, that work from our stomach. I want you to bring your fist to your chest, your elbows are gonna be wide. We wanna squeeze our butt so as our back goes down, our legs don't come with us. Take a big inhale, try to grow an inch taller. On your exhale, you're gonna drop your chin, scoop your tummy, and slowly start to round 4 or 5 inches backwards, keeping those fists to your chest. Nice. And then let's slowly scoop to sit up tall against a wall. Excellent. Exhale, like you're deflating a balloon out of your lower tummy. Beautiful. And then let's scoop and sit up taller than we did before. Again, exhale all the air out of the lungs. Inhale, exhale, you peel back up. Last time, you're gonna round back and hold that C curve. Excellent. From here, we're gonna inhale, rotate towards the right, shoulders stay out of the ears. Exhale back to your center. Inhale over to the left. Exhale back to your center. Let's peel ourselves up top. We have one more time like that. We're gonna start to the left first this time. Exhale, pull with the lower abs. Rotate to the left. Can you take it a little deeper this time? Inhale, exhale, rotate right. Back to your center, relaxing the shoulders. Scooping to sit up tall. And let's stretch over those legs. Relax the back of the neck. Beautiful. Using your stomach, roll yourself up. Switch the cross of your ankle.